What's up everyone, this is Hags Art and I'm back with another video. What I'll be doing today is giving a review of the Amanda Rach dotted notebook. I've been using it for 9 months now and I've completely filled it up, so I feel like I'm at a good point to give a pretty solid review on my experience using it thus far. We'll jump right in and talk about the notebook. So it has a lot of the standard features that you expect nowadays with a dotted notebook, including the elastic enclosure, as you see here, a pen loop, we have 2 ribbon bookmarks, and there is also the pocket in the back, as you can see here. The pages are a pretty stark white, which is great if you're looking for that crisp white page. The pages are also 160 GSM and there is 160 pages in the notebook. It is an A5 size and the cover and back are vegan leather. The notebook is for sale for $26 US. I'm not quite sure of the shipping since it's been a while since I ordered it. I don't think it was too steep since I do live in America and Amanda is from Canada, but I'm not sure of international shipping. That might be more expensive. But $26 US, not too bad for a dotted notebook. Some of my complaints though about the notebook start with the vegan leather cover. It, as you can see, has gotten dirty, and I will say you can kind of like rub it off or scrape it off with like maybe your nail or something, but I haven't done that recently just because I knew I was doing this review soon and I wanted you all to see how dirty it's gotten without me, you know, trying to clean it off. So here are some shots of how it's gotten dirty. As you can see, it's a lot around the edges and the spine mostly. From what I've seen of other people's comments about this notebook is that they had the same thoughts of that the covers do get dirty for some reason, and if you're not into having your notebook show that dirt or wear or use, then you know it can be a drawback for sure. Personally, I don't mind my notebook looking more used, but I kind of draw the line at dirty. I don't mind it looking used in terms of like, you know, when you look at the side, you can see, you know, the buckling paper or whatever you've been pasting in there. But I don't really like how it looks dirty, and you can tell, especially since I have this light gray color, it is quite visible. So that was something that was disappointing to me. Something else I should mention is that this is the first generation Amanda Rach dotted notebook. So she has come out with the second collection a couple months ago since, you know, I started this journal. So I don't know if the newer journals hold up better to the dirt and the wear and the usage of, you know, daily use. So perhaps those hold up better and don't get as dirty. So just keep in mind that when I give my thoughts and review on this notebook, it is about the first generation dotted notebook. It's not about the newer ones. All right, so with that all said, let's open it up. Another thing that makes the Amanda Rach dotted notebook unique is that it does have a cover page where you can write your name, and it has more of the doodles on the inside printed, which I think is very cute. Something else I didn't really enjoy about the notebook was sometimes pages would be kind of more attached at the bottom rather than at the seam. Obviously expect that with the first page like this, but it does happen a few times throughout the actual journal. So that was something that was a little frustrating at times because then I had to fold it there. It didn't look as maybe as appealing as I wanted it to. So yeah, those were pretty much my 2 biggest complaints about the journal, was the getting dirty on the cover and then the fact that some of the pages didn't quite lie as flat as I would have liked. A few last minute things I want to talk about with the Amanda Rach dotted notebook is how it holds up when you use watercolor paints. So I did use watercolors a couple times directly into my notebook here. Here's one example where I did that. And I thought it held up really well. I thought the watercolors worked pretty good. As you can see, there was no bleed through. And then this side, you don't see much buckling, I think just because I did cover about half of it with the craft paper. But here's an example where it's both of the two pages, and I watercolored the whole thing, obviously. And honestly, there's like almost no buckling now, I think, because it's been such a long time since I did this painting that, you know, whenever I close the pages and use the elastic band around the notebook, it probably helps kind of flatten out the pages after. I think there was a decent amount of buckling after I did them, but honestly, it's not too bad, as you can see. Yeah, so I was pretty impressed with how it held up. And personally, I don't really get bothered by a small amount of buckling with the pages because, you know, it kind of just makes it look more used, and I don't need it to look absolutely perfect. So was very happy with how it held up with watercolors. Then the last thing I wanted to talk about was I did try to use gouache directly into the notebook. And this could have been user error. I don't know if I applied the gouache too thickly, but there were times where, if you can see here, it kind of smudged off onto the white parts. You can kind of see it there and over here a little bit. I don't really blame the quality of the notebook because I think that could have just been me being a little overzealous with the paint, and then unfortunately it just has smudged around a couple places. It did it over here too, because I did use the gouache throughout this entire setup, so that was something else I noticed. And you know, that could have just been me. So comment below if you've had that experience as well using gouache in your dotted notebook. Maybe that's just like a universal thing where they don't really hold up that well. So I've been kind of avoiding gouache in my setup since then. And I think that pretty much concludes all of my thoughts on the Amanda Rachely dotted notebook overall, as this being my first, like, I guess higher quality notebook or bullet journal. I was very happy with it. I was also very happy to support Amanda, who is, you know, a woman of color, supporting her business, and she runs her own business, so I think that's super important. It's very important to me, at least, as a woman as well, supporting other women in their businesses. So yeah, I think that was definitely a perk, and I'm just a huge fan of her work and her YouTube channel, so I was happy to support her in that way. So that concludes all my thoughts. Was very happy with this for the 9 months, but I am excited to try something new. And for my next notebook, I will be using an Arthur and Olive. So stay tuned for my complete setup video where I will be showing how I set up a whole new bullet journal. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, so that you can check that video out when it comes out. Otherwise, thank you again so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. Take care, and bye-bye.